hello and thanks for joining me here on another episode of Chasing Shadows with me, Dave Tarrant. And today you join me up in the Oxfordshire region. We're up on the upper Thames, and today we're going to be fishing a tributary river which leads into the Thames. Quite a small river. It's been on my books to sort of fish for a while. It is really going to be sort of one of my winter sort of venues from a chub, but to be honest, it's got the better of me, and I really want to sort of have a look round. So got some spare time on my hands today, and I thought I'd sort of get up here. So there's sort of three sections to this. There's a very small sort of river that sort of that contributes into the Thames. You've got a canalised section, and then there's probably like just under half a mile of the actual Thames, which I'm led to believe has got some Barbel and some nice chub in. This small bit of water, I'm sort of expecting sort of chub. I've heard there's some Barbel in there, that'd be quite nice, and perch obviously. Got some lobworms today and a variety of different baits. So I'm going to sort of wander around, do a little bit of stalking, find some nice spots. Now there is a little bit of colour in the water today, which is going to make it a bit awkward for me because I haven't fished here before, so a bit of detective work. But I love coming out on these days. Never seen the venue before really. I've done a bit of research on it, so I've got that to know. But yeah, it's a lovely little piece of water. Got the place to myself today. What more could you wish for? So right, I'm going to go and get my kit sorted and fish a few swims. The rain's just starting, so it's we've just got over Storm Anthony yesterday, and the weather was atrocious, so I'm surprised the river isn't a lot more coloured. So right, here comes the rain. Why don't you join me, see if we can find ourselves some fish. Right, so kit today, I've got myself a 9-foot quiver tip rod, nice little rod. The river's not even 9 foot across in some of the places, well, it's not even 4 foot, so you don't need those big 12-foot rods, not to be sort of fishing these sort of waters, not if you're going to be exploring. So like I say, it's a quiver tip rod. I've got a 3-ounce quiver. It's quite a heavy quiver, but you don't know, it's chucking through here, and there are a few sort of snags and things like that, and that's where I go down to the reel. I've got a fighting drag Shimano reel, and I've got 10-pound line on there because I'm not sure what's about really. Like I say, it's a bit of an exploring day, and you know, and should we be lucky enough to sort of hit into a barbel, and I've told they are here, I've got a bit of sort of backbone with the line. That goes down to I've got a free running little link ledger there, and then I've got a fluorocarbon hook link there. It's just straight down to a number 8 sharp hook, and I'm going to be fishing the lobworm, and it is just as simple as that. I'm just going to go from swim to swim, see if we can find some fish at home. There we go. First fish of the day. Nice little chublet. A live little chap as well. There you go. Lovely. So there's some bigger ones out there. I think the worm was bigger than the fish. He was a greedy little beggar, that one. But nice to see young fish. Not sure whether there's going to be any big ones here at the moment, not till the winter months, but you know, today was just about getting out, having a bit of a wreck on. Gone over to touch ledger at the moment. It's easier to feel the bites. These little streams, little rivers, these are the great places to sort of hone your skills. You know, get a lot more smaller fish here. You can sort of learn to fish your touch ledger, feel those bites, when to strike. Great places to learn. And you know, I still love coming back to these places and catching small fish. Leave the big fish to the winter months. So, if you haven't ever touched ledger, it's just a matter of just your finger, if you can just see that, just over the line there, just get it taut to the end of your line out in the river. You can just feel that. It's surprising. I can just feel tap there now. It's surprising what you can feel. You can feel everything that's going on, and then as soon as you feel that tap tap strike. But they're only small fish, so well, I can feel them every single bite. It's a very effective way to fish. Some people fish all day with a touch ledger. I can't. It's a bit of an endurance, but as you can see, finger on there, just over that line, and that is in direct contact with that hook bait, and then you just feel that tap tap tap. And it's nice to fish it with a light quiver as well. Not to say you can still fish it with a barbel rod. Just kills your arm after a while. Some people just rest the rod on a rod rest, which makes things a little bit easier as well. But for bite detection, I don't think there's any better way really. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, this feels a bit better. Oh, it's a nice perch. Nice little perch. Oh yes. Wow, there we go. Nice little river perch. Look at that. Look at the markings on that. Absolutely gorgeous. And that little perch couldn't resist that lobworm, could he? And I'd have bet anything that we would have connected into a perch somewhere along the line today using those lobworm tactics. And yeah, so happy with that. Right, let's get this little chap back and continue with our adventure along this river. Here we go. Another little perch, I think. Oh no, little chub this time. Oh dear, lively little chub. There you go, look at that. Lovely. Greedy little thing. Greedy. So I love fishing these little pools, and sometimes I think we forget where we are in fishing. You know, we've all got a sort of label. You know, we're a specialist angler, barbel angler. Yep, got a bite there. A specimen angler. You know, we've all got that label, but you know what? I'm an angler. I just love fishing. I have done. Just coming up for 50 years I've been fishing now, and I love every minute, and I still get the same excitement over fishing as I always have done since I was a kid to right now. I love fishing, I love catching fish, and I love coming to these different environments and exploring. And do you know what? Catching these small fish or catching big fish, you know, it still gives me the same buzz, big or small. I just love angling. So sometimes it's nice to break away from the big fish sort of circuit, trying to catch the big barbel and the big chub, and you're all competing on these same sort of high pressure bits of water, and it's sometimes nice to come back to your basics and just do a bit of just general fishing for fish, you know, no monsters, but in beautiful conditions like this, catching little blighters like that. Oh dear, look at that. Love it. Oh, and I get to save the worm on that one. Result at 20p a time. They don't come cheap, so always good to recycle. That's good for another bite. Bit further down now. Try there. See if there's anything at the back of that swim. A chub, I would suspect. Anything? And great fun on this little rod as well. You know, if you was using a 12-foot 1.75 test curve or 1.5 test curve, you wouldn't be having as much fun with these fish, really. Listen to that. Can you hear that? Silence. Love it. Until tomorrow, I'll be back at work, where there'll be laser machines and punch machines banging and crashing, and that's why I enjoy this. It's my escapism from the week of work to this beautiful, calm, quietness. No. Right, one more cast here, and then we're going to move on, find some other swims. Right. Last cast. Right, to answer a few of your questions, I've had a few people sort of email me asking me what sort of kit I take when I sort of go roving, and I try to keep it down as low as I can and as light as I can. However, I do like my sort of creature comforts, and I've sort of got it all in boxes, and I try to sort of eliminate things that I don't really need. unfortunately sometimes with the filming I have to sort of take a little bit more kit in that, but you know, over the years I've sort of got that down to minimal. But you know, I do like my creature comforts, and you always probably see me with a chair, which is it's a luxury to carry, but this is it's a Fox lightweight chair, really light. But what that does do is that holds my unhooking mat in there. I've got a big unhooking mat, and that doubles up as a weighing sling as well. So if I've sort of caught a nice barbel or a nice big chub, it sort of protects him, and like I say, and I can weigh him in there. Fish safety at all times. But I do like a chair. You always see me there. I like to, like I say, sit down, be comfortable. Sometimes, like I say, if it's like today and the grass is still wet, you don't want to be sitting on the grass. But I will, like you say, you see me today using the unhooking mat as a chair as well. So I sort of keep that light. For my bait, I've got myself one of these Fox, the carp boys use them for watering the carp, keeping them sort of wet and moist. So I like to use that, and that houses all my sort of bait and stuff like that. And in there, so I've got all my sort of bait there, but what I've also got is a pair of scissors, boilie needle there for putting boilies on. I've got some boilie stops, a few bits and pieces in there. And I sort of keep them to hand rather than keep opening my rucksack to try and find things. I've got some hardened hook baits there as well if I need those. So all my bait and hooking stuff and worms and everything is kept in there. And that's sort of, actually what I've done is I put a little hook on there, which is handy. So when I'm walking, I don't know if you can see that hook's over there quite nicely. So I'm not sort of carrying things. So, you know, I've developed it over the years to make things easy, because I do walk a lot of miles as well, sort of on the side of the rivers and things like that. So keeping things down to a minimum. And then rucksack, that's got everything in it. So as you can see, quite a nice, it's a thinking angler's rucksack. I think this is the best rucksack on the market if you're a roving angler. And it carries everything. Got me bank sticks there and everything. I've got another jacket in there. Everything's in there. I've got tea, I've got food in there, my tackle box, and that houses everything. What I will do is I'll go into depth more another time, when we've got a bit more time on our hands, because I want to get on and fish a few more swims, and see if we can catch some bigger fish. Right, so one more question just before I go, and people have been asking, what is that round your neck? Well, that great big old thing, is that a fish finder? Is it a GPS fish finder? No, all this is, it's just a remote for my camera for when I'm filming. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's the end of this session. I've done what I wanted to achieve. I want to come up here and have a look round. It's sort of a potential sort of winter water for me, and I wanted to have a look and see what it was all about in the summer months. Don't think it's a sort of summer venue for me. It's quite shallow. However, I have enjoyed myself catching those bits and pieces, round in some really nice swims, and I've sort of got that information now ready for the autumn and winter months, which I think is it's going to be one of those waters really, and I'm looking forward to that. And I will come back here and I will video it, and we'll see how we get on for there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slowly pack up, rods out, just waiting for one more bite. You never know. My last cast of about 3. I'm going to pack up. It's about 5 o'clock now. I'm going to make my way down to the Kennet or maybe the Thames. I'm going to fish into the night and see if I can get myself a barbel or a chub down that end. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for supporting my channel. Thanks for watching. I don't think there's much more for me to say, but thanks for watching the videos, and I appreciate your support. So until next time, tight lines.